Do 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 do. Are we looking? Feel like I need a nap already. So tired. So snowy. There we go. I don't know much about this. I bought this on Halloween.
Father,
During a
please
Halloween
don't
sale.
leave. It's dark. The witch could be hiding in here. Don't do this. I'm sorry if I have sinned. I didn't mean to. Please.
I I don't know where we're going. I can't see anything. Oh.
My old nightstand. Mother said they threw it away. There's a matchbox inside the drawer. I can now try to light up the room.
Where are you?
Mother, I'm in the basement.
For God's sake, you'll get sick in that place. Get out immediately.
I'm still waiting to hear your prayers, son. What are you waiting for?
You put him there? Why would you do that, Joseph?
It's his behavior that did that to him.
What
Okay.
about Dave? He helped me with the wreath and the food and...
And he talked to a kid at the funeral.
When did this happen? I didn't see him.
Of course you didn't. Because you don't care of this matter. I do. I should lock you
Whoa.
all downstairs. You all need to learn. Where is she? Where's our daughter?
Okay.
There are at least a dozen matches inside the box. Help! Mother! Help me!
Oh God, we are fast.
You silly. What are you doing? It's me.
Who are you?
I'm sorry. I thought you were that witch. How many times do I have to tell you? Witches don't exist. And it's just the two of us here.
Victoria, how many times did? Okay, right. Why are you here?
Why are you here? I heard Father talking to himself before going to get you in your room. So I ran here and hid. But why?
Oh,
You know he's going to be very angry at you once he finds out. Because I've promised I wouldn't let you be alone in the dark again. And when I promise something, you never break a promise. I know. I'm glad you were here.
um,
I can't forget our aunt's white face. Me neither. She looked so different. Her head was so bloated and pallid, and her eyes and hair so dark. The curse did that to her. Don't be ridiculous. She's at peace now. That's all that matters. I hope she is. You're wrong. Father would never lie to us. About what now? About the witch that cursed our bloodline. He's just trying to scare us with stories so we don't do anything wrong. And today you did wrong, so he punished you by locking you down here in the dark. What did I do? I still don't understand. You talked to that tall boy. Don't you remember? We are not allowed to talk to other people anymore. They are evil.
No?
I thought that meant we must avoid adults. How am I supposed to make friends then? Mother said we have each other and God. She's right. I don't think we need anyone else.
Grant was once such a beautiful woman, full of life, perfect creation of God.
Uh-huh.
But her fate was nothing more than a Sunday
Ouch.
morning rite, and the witch's curse just a fairy tale story.
I forgot to turn down my TV. And I just smacked myself with the remote.
Evil is everywhere, my dear children. It is hiding in the shadows of
Yeah, I
the
think it's
shadows.
you, dude.
It takes form of animals, and it possesses them.
Father, please forgive.
You should look up to your sister. Unlike you, she values God and this family.
It's my fault he went to talk to that boy. I ignored him because I was looking into the coffin and I lost sense of time.
You must learn to be alone with God.
Oh, Jesus.
You must learn. You all must learn what true faith is.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
I beg you, don't hurt him anymore.
It was just a dream. I often
Okay.
think about that peculiar day, but I've never relived it so vividly in my dreams. Why now? Why in this place?
Okay.
I need my glasses. I can't even think without them. Ah, here they are. Fallen to the floor, but still intact. Thinking of the dream I had, I don't remember going to sleep at all. We came in, and then... Victoria and Nikolai went upstairs to prepare for the castle, and then... nothing. I must have fainted. I have to talk to Victoria at once.
What's the joy? What's the point of being able to walk if you can't fucking walk anywhere?
Please, don't. I tried opening them, but the light was just too strong for my eyes.
Who said that? Wait, who said that?
Codex Niva, Heart of Pagopice, and Dino
I'm confused. Who said
I've
that?
never heard of these works. Looking at it makes me uneasy. Nikolai?
Yes, Benedict?
Oh. Oh.
Where's Victoria?
I don't know.
Do you have the slightest idea why Victoria rented this dreary house?
I don't even know how she found it.
Looks like the owner is some kind of artist. Or is at least convinced to be. Very morbid taste. Strange figures.
I agree. I've never seen so many masks in my life. Especially not placed.
I can't even see that there's a person there, so...
That's a strange painting.
It is. Take a better look at it, and tell me what you see.
Why?
Please, do as I say. I'll get to the point.
So what's the point of being able to move if you have to...
yellow blanket, wrinkled only on one side of the bed. A giant bowl made out of clay, filled with what seems to be some type of oil. It's a giant tree with dozens of corpses hanging from its branches, and skulls that feed its roots. All I see here is a lonely coat rack.
Am I supposed to see something on here? Oh, there we go.
Mean eyes at the edge of a wicked soul. A snake-like mouth implies a man who cannot be trusted, at the very least. That is not a mere shadow. It's a symbol of darkness, of evilness devouring this lost man. I've taken a closer look at the painting.
You don't recognize this man?
I've never seen him before.
And nothing happened to you by looking at him?
Why would anything happen to me?
Last night, after your sister and I came upstairs, she was getting ready for the castle, and I was standing right here, and I wonder, yesterday when we boarded the train, was anyone else in our cabin?
Just the three of us.
But once the train left Budapest, wasn't there a man who came in?
By placing the sign, "Do Not Disturb" on our doorknob, I made sure this wouldn't happen. The only time that door opened was when the conductor peered in to tell us we have arrived at our destination. You haven't answered. Why would anything happen to me? What's wrong with this painting?
I don't know yet. Please, just follow me as I go over yesterday's events. I'll get to the point. And when we left the train station, no one was following us? Didn't Victoria notice him?
Notice whom? Your dear wife was over the moon to have finally arrived at Kotar. She couldn't stop talking about the place, but said nothing about anyone following us.
Right. And on our way to the house, we stopped at the square. There was a strange ritual taking place, with a gigantic effigy. What was it like?
And what about the mass of hooded people that gathered there? It was a dreadful scene.
I remember the goosebumps when hearing the crowd pray as one voice, though.
Let me tell you what happened after that. We found the path which led us to this house. What happened when Victoria knocked?
Well, we realized the door was actually ajar.
And the owner wasn't here. Just silence. Dead awful silence. Gave me chills.
Okay, I'm confused by what's going on, but we're gonna...
What did you and your wife do?
I said it before. We went upstairs to prepare for the castle exhibition.
Leaving me to wander alone downstairs in complete darkness. You found nothing odd about the house being empty and unlocked?
I did, but Victoria said it's nothing to worry about. So I just followed her.
We never went to the castle?
You don't remember?
The last thing I remember is searching for a light. And then nothing.
What do you mean?
I mean, everything after was only a dream. But I don't even remember going to sleep. Victoria dragged me into this town to make me attend that piddling exhibition in the castle. We never went there, did we? Which means I left the monastery only to spend a horrible night in this house.
We both fell into an inexplicable void. Something is terribly wrong here.
Tell me what happened last night. What's wrong with this painting? And where's Victoria?
I'm afraid I don't have the answers.
I
What
know.
happened is that
How are
while
you,
I was
darling?
waiting for her to get ready, my attention was drawn by this painting. Next moment, I was seeing myself relive yesterday's events, with one difference. The man in the painting was there the whole time.
The whole time?
He was in our cabin, and he was that gigantic effigy the inhabitants set on fire. Shortly afterwards, he emerged from the crowd in human form again, unchanged, and then led us towards the house. Once we got here, he jumped on my back and asked me
It's
to
okay.
carry
How are
him
you? I am
upstairs.
good.
I was happy.
I'm a little confused by this
Felt
game,
like
but
a
we're
father carrying
rolling
his
with it.
own
We're
child.
rolling with it.
Carrying this being on your back must have some weird symbolic meaning.
He was holding so tightly that I could feel his long and sharp fingernails penetrate my throat. After we finally got upstairs, I was so upset and in pain that I had to throw him off. I quickly turned around to reprimand him and instead saw a human-sized crow with no eyes and a blood-stained beak. It croaked at me and then soared inside the painting. I wanted to run off, but couldn't. I was in shock, too terrified. That was the moment I woke on the bed, fully dressed and disoriented. Victoria wasn't here.
Why did you ask me all those strange questions about yesterday?
I had to separate the dream from the real, as the dream was startlingly real.
Startlingly real, just like my own dream. We should leave this accursed house at once.
After I woke, I noticed Victoria didn't even sleep on this bed. So I went downstairs to check if she was there, perhaps. I found only you, still asleep on the couch, and the door locked. That's when I started to think.
We have to force our way out of here because we don't have the key.
We are guests in this house, and needless to say, men of God. We must leave without doing any damage. I've already searched this floor for a key, and tried to open the balcony door, but it's locked or stuck in some way.
What about the windows?
Strangely enough, or maybe for a good reason, they are made in a way that prevents them from being opened. Stay here, and give it a second look. Whatever you can find that could help us. I'm going downstairs to check. Force should be our last resort to leave. Or maybe we get lucky and
I
Victoria
think we
comes
should
back
get out of
in
the
time.
house.
Let's hurry up then.
Like, let's fucking just break some doors and yeet out of here. I don't know why you being
Just-
religious, man.
Don't look at the man in the painting again. We don't want to risk anything.
Oh, you can change characters. Hell.
I didn't notice this painting in the dark last night. I don't like the look of this woman. It's driving me mad. I don't need that. My eyes fare better in the dark. It doesn't look inviting, but I think I see something in there.
Stick your fucking hand in it. Why did it switch to us up here?
A giant bowl made out of clay, filled with what seems to be some type of oil. I should stay on this floor and try to find a way out of here.
Okay,
I need light. I'm pretty sure it's not locked, but rather just stuck. Not sure what's the cause, because both sides of the door are heavily grimed from the outside.
Okay. Um.
It looks like mud. It has a sickly odor. How did it end up on a balcony? If I could push it back with a stick or something similar, I might be able to open the door.
Thank you, Mike, for contributing to
Forgive me, God, but I must take this. I think it'll fit perfectly under the balcony
the
door.
Wild Frost. I was just thinking, I was like, oh, I wonder how many days we have left on that. I just had a thought process while I was like, wait a second.
It looks like mud. It has a sickly odor.
Oh, whoops, I
End up
forgot
on
to
a
do.
balcony. If I could push it back with a stick or something similar, I might be able to open the door.
There we go.
I was right. It fits perfectly underneath. Looks like there's mud on the outside. That should be enough to open the door.
Well, this is what I get for buying a $3 like horror game. So
My God.
we're finding out.
Nikolai, come upstairs quickly. You must see this.
Coming!
Come closer. Take a look at this.
What is it?
Oh, God.
Oh shit! It's blood.
Have you noticed these marks on the door? They were unnoticeable with the door closed.
I don't think these are just random marks. It's a symbol, and it looks like it was made by sharp fingernails.
What is this? It looks like a mixture of earth, blood, and
Flesh.
all crows look exactly the same to me. But this one seems to be missing its eyes.
Indeed. Just like the one in your dream. You understand now why I wanted to leave the moment I saw this house?
Calm down, Benedict.
I am calm, but we both don't remember what happened here, and we both had horrible dreams. And now this. Can you still smell that sickly odor? Don't you see the connection with your dream?
I found a key inside the stoop.
The key to the entrance door? Inside the stoop?
I believe so. Haven't tried it yet.
At least I won't have to walk over the devilry on the balcony, and risk an injury by jumping below.
Maybe I opened the door last night and saw the crow's head. It could be the reason why I had that dream.
Doubtful. Something else is at work here. The crow looks like it's been recently decapitated, and the mud is still wet. Don't you wonder who did this? And why?
I can't think clearly in here. You think Victoria could be responsible?
If it wasn't you, or even me, who else could have done it? The man from the painting?
I knew it. Come on. You really think she's capable of such a thing? What's the matter with you?
She may be my sister, but I don't know her anymore. I do know she's playing with things she doesn't understand.
Well, so that doesn't mean your sister did it. Okay, Ninja's is working, so can't stay, but figured I'd come say hi and see how it's going. Well, have a good day, and thank you all for always stopping by and saying hello.
Things she doesn't understand?
Things no one should understand. The symbol, the decapitated head, blood and flesh.
You mean with occultism?
Witchcraft, I believe. She's playing the role of a witch to play with me, unaware of the consequences that will inevitably come.
My wife is not a saint, but to think she's practicing demonic things is insane.
Yeah, I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself there, buddy.
You think she made us forget last night and influenced our dreams?
No, but she's the one who picked this house. Not you, and certainly not me. That was a deliberate choice with a plan.
And what would that plan be?
I think the castle exhibition was just a lure. Her real intention was to drag me into this town to play with my beliefs and fears.
You really don't know her anymore. What happened between the two of you? She doesn't want to tell me.
She became the same person our aunt was. Godless and incredulous about our father's words. Hopefully he's at a place where he found peace, unaware of my sister's thoughts and acts.
The key
I think
found
we're a
upstairs
little
is probably
psychotic.
The key of the main door.
You already revealed your suspicion about the key. Why are you mentioning it again?
If the key is here, where is Victoria?
I don't know and I don't care. She could have locked the door from the inside, left the key, and then jumped from the balcony.
That's my point. It doesn't make any sense. Why would she do that?
I think she found a second key, because no footprints are visible in the mud outside. She didn't jump from the balcony.
Something else must have happened. Let's go outside and make a plan to find Victoria. Our minds are being suffocated in here.
No, I've had enough of talking, and I don't intend to search for her. I'm leaving this town at once.
You
can't just leave. She's your sister, for God's sake.
She stopped
I'm so-
being that a long time ago. Just look around and think about everything we discussed today.
I'll say it again. Something else must have happened. There must be a logical explanation to all of this. Why did you even agree to come here?
Obviously, I wanted to see and feel what it looks like in hell.
I'm not in the mood for joking. Why? She mentioned she had to talk to your superior in the monastery.
And what else could she do? After I declined, the only way to have it her way was to persuade Father Imre. He must have given her his blessings only because of the assignment he had for me. Talk to the local priest about the town. See, there's nothing in the official Vatican archives about Sveti Kotar. And after coming here, I think I know why. Can we go downstairs now? I have a train to catch, and I need to find that priest before then.
I'll accompany you, my brother. It's a small town. We should be able to find Victoria along our way.
I don't want to play as her brother anymore. He's kind of a douche. Like, it's kind of a douche.
It's locked.
Oh, wait.
The sun is setting. Darkness will be upon us soon.
Do you think it's a good idea to go outside?
A cold breeze is caressing my face. It's soothing. I could stay here forever.
I'm a little concerned about her husband, too. But her brother
Strange
is a
piece of
fucking
art,
douche.
I must say.
Her brother's a douchebag. She's here to question my good godliness. No, bitch, probably not.
Before we step outside, you have to promise that once we find your sister, you'll talk to her. There must be no arguments or secrets in this family.
Why do I have a feeling you are not leaving with me?
We never planned to leave the next day. Didn't she tell you? This house was rented for 3 nights.
She did not. So much about having no secrets between us. Please, leave me alone.
Can I leave you somewhere else? You're kind of a douche.
Good day, gentlemen.
Good day, sir.
My name is Martin Mostov. I am a detective in the service of the town of Svetikota.
How can we help?
Is there anyone else inside the house?
No one. It's just me and him. Why?
Where's the woman?
The house is empty. What's going on?
We came here looking for a woman, only to find two scared men.
And who's the man in your company?
Dr. Eric Hatur.
Doctor? Mr. Hatur, is somebody hurt?
Dr. Hatur is the warden of the asylum. He helps the local police force with his knowledge of the mind.
Not a man of words, Dr. Hatur.
He prefers to keep quiet, just like your friend here.
Are you looking for the owner of the house? Because we don't know where she is.
Hand the key of the house to Mr. Hatur.
Why?
Just do as I say.
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
I heard nothing.
Are we free to go now, Martin?
No, you both have to follow me.
Why?
Yes, I'd like to know as well. Why do we have to follow you?
Orders from above.
How can we trust you to be what you say you are?
What's with the face? You never seen a photo of a man with an intact head? It was taken before the incident.
Where are you taking us?
Down to the police station where everything will be explained to you.
What prevents you from discussing the matter right here and now?
I'm not in the position to do that. There's a hierarchy I have to respect.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the woman that you seek?
The woman's name is,
Victoria.
What for? Why do you need her?
Sir, everything will be explained to you in the station. Now, if you don't mind, please follow me.
Whatever harrowed you through last night, it'll be nothing compared to what will happen if you do not obey.
Are you threatening me, bro?
Benedict, what do you say?
We have no choice.
All right. We'll do as you say.
Come.
First sign of electricity in this town. I guess one could get lost by looking at this mirror for too long. It's so dark that I can't see my own reflection. Anyone on the other side? I have a train to catch. Why am I being held here like some kind of sinner? Can someone tell me what this is about? I think I heard
Yeah,
someone.
I don't
did
like
nothing
you.
wrong, and you have no
I don't
authority
like
over
him.
me. Let me go.
Place all your belongings inside the box. Push it back into the wall once you're done. Don't try to deceive us. We'll know.
That's not fucking creepy at all.
Do not test our faith in you, and do not try to obscure things from us. Give us everything you have.
I'm not giving my Bible to anyone, even at the cost of being tortured and executed.
So he says just to give him the stuff. But why can't you give up your Bible?
I trust you for now, but at the end of the process, you'll be searched thoroughly. Decisions have consequences in this town, little priest. Now, please step into the light so we can begin. You seem to obey orders, unlike your brother in the other room. Admirable.
He's just a brother-in-law.
So, Benedict. What a strange surname. Donani.
Dohnani.
Whom do you serve, Benedict Dohnani?
I serve only God.
We all do. But you serve him in a different way, don't you, little priest?
I'm a
Very
monk
confused.
among the ranks of the Pauline Order.
Ah, monkhood. A way of life in solitude and silence with God. Many believers say it's the only way to be near our Maker. What can you tell me about that brother of yours, Nikolai Kali-a-Kin?
He is a deacon.
That's not what he said to us. Are you trying to lie to me? How could he serve God if he's married to your sister?
He abandoned the path to priesthood to marry her. Deacons are allowed to serve in both houses.
After such a horrible past, God had to make it up to him.
What do you mean?
His orphanage days. The mass grave they found at the orphanage.
What?
You must have heard about the witch nun from Minsk.
Vaguely. I was very young back then.
Your brother was there. He saw all those decaying child corpses in the backyard. It's horrible just thinking about it.
What?
I know nothing about him and his past.
I think you're just trying to protect him. It's useless. We'll find out everything we want to eventually.
It's the truth. I barely spoke a word to the man before coming here.
Quite an interesting family.
What time is it, officer?
Time is not relevant in this moment of your life.
I'm under the jurisdiction of the Vatican. You have to let me go.
The church can do nothing for you here. You, like everyone else in this town, answer to me and our patron saint only. Now tell me, what brings the three of you to our little town? It's a long journey from Budapest.
We were invited to attend exposition.
We were invited to attend the exhibition at the castle.
Seems like we should be honest.
Nobody invited me. It was my sister who was invited and who made me come along.
You're lying to me. No strangers allowed to get into the castle. Invitations don't exist. Tell me the real reason.
I was dragged here by my sister. What does it matter after all? We never made it there.
Continue obscuring the truth, and you'll end up dragged into Akhrizat for eternity. Nikolai is a liar. He's already doomed. But you, I feel you're different. You're not like him. We know your sister was at the castle last night. She was seen by multiple witnesses. Tell me everything I need to.
Are you sure that was Victoria at the castle? How was that possible? You said strangers are not welcome. Has anyone seen me or Nikolai there? I have to confess that something happened in the house we spent the night in. I don't know what exactly, but it was Victoria. She did this to me. Officer, can you hear me? Let me out! Finally, am I free to leave now?
You both have to come with me. Again.
Why?
Oh, where?
Beyond the wall of crosses.
Very confused what's going on.
At last, the grandiose Church of Mary. After so many centuries, still here, still holding up against...
What are we doing here?
I'm not at liberty to talk about anything. Now walk. The chief is expecting you.
Can I play the brother instead? Can I play the...
You made it past the wall of crosses. Through tall trees, unmarked paths, and unnatural, dreadful silence. Into the heart of darkness where you invited us to meet.
We invited you?
You have, with your deeds.
I don't understand.
I'm fucking confused.
What is this place? Why are we here?
This church was built with one purpose only. to repel evil from the Carcassa forest. It failed miserably, and was absorbed by darkness instead.
I don't even know what's
Chief,
going on.
we'd appreciate it if you could tell us what's going on.
Words are unnecessary. Light always reveals. Lights on, officer! Now, take a good look.
God. What? Tell us, why are we here?
Lights off!
I'm very
Ranko
confused by what's
Merza,
going on.
the beloved mayor of Sveti Kotar, hanging up there all alone with a dreaded yellow mask. Underneath the mask, he has nothing left. His face ripped off, his eyes gouged out and eaten, his skull cut open, and parts of his brain eaten. All whilst
Oh.
alive, tortured cruelly by the moon ghouls, or those that want to become one. In the very end, his chest and abdomen were torn and his heart ripped out, to be devoured.
Okay. How do you know they were being eaten when he's still up on the wall?
His body is still up there. How
Right,
could you possibly
exactly.
know all these things?
We don't have to pull him down to know what happened. We've seen this too many times in our lives.
Who are the moon ghouls?
Saborans is their name. Servants of the moon demons. Some people believe they're not humans, but rather evil entities that take human form. We don't know who they are. They're hiding in the shadows, impossible to find.
I'm very
This is a
confused,
horrific
so
crime
bear
scene.
with me.
We
I might
shouldn't
be
be
a
here.
little quiet during this because I'm
Is this
very
the way you
confused.
welcome strangers in your town?
We know the mayor was murdered by Nermin, a man who decided to worship the moon deities. The past teaches us we are unable to see the true soul of other people, no matter how close they are to us.
So you interrogate strangers and tell them of the existence of malicious beings, and in the end you show them their prey?
Nermin didn't feast on the mayor's corpse alone. There was someone else who joined the ritual.
The name Nermin doesn't mean anything to us.
We're here for the first time in our lives, Chief. What do you want from us?
Lies. All lies. Where's Victoria? Or should I call her Petra instead?
What do you mean?
We know she used the name Petra when introducing herself around town.
Our mother's name.
We just don't know where she's hiding, and we need you to tell us.
We don't know. When we woke, she wasn't in the house.
It was our plan to go looking for her, but then your men intercepted us. We don't know where she is.
Why do you think she's hiding?
Do not try to make a fool of me. She was seen pushing a man from the castle roof last night, and when we found his severed head, he wore a yellow mask. We know she helped Nermin. Her scratch pad was found up in the belfry amongst pieces of human flesh. If you want us to search for her, fine. Once we find her, she'll face the same fate as Nermin. They'll beg us to end their lives.
Why would she help Nermin, a complete stranger to her?
The Saborans cult needed a witch among them. Morbidity and the occult fascinate her. She's your sister. You should know that.
This is insane. My wife would never do harm to anyone, let alone join a cannibal cult.
Who was the man she allegedly pushed from the roof?
We're still trying to fish his body parts from the chasm below the castle.
I'm very
Whoever he
confused by
was,
everything that's going
he's
on.
just one piece of the puzzle.
How can you be so sure of her guilt? What proof do you have?
We found her belongings in the belfry, and her coat in the woods, not so far from here.
Coat? How do you know it's hers?
A coat, badly damaged, with blood stains. Her wallet and personal ID were inside, but we also found something else next to it. An eviscerated fetus.
My sister was pregnant?
She still is. Don't you understand what they're trying to do here?
Victoria sacrificed her unborn child to the moon demons.
No.
There is so much
This
going on.
is
I'm so
not
fucking
possible.
confused.
She would never.
We know she's hiding somewhere, and we know you're lying, which makes you her and Nermin's accomplices. She even tried to make us believe she killed herself after the murders.
I don't know what's going on. We're taking a lot of information in here.
An accomplice? I fell asleep the moment we entered that house. I am a man of God. How dare you put such sin on my soul?
I've seen many people say or think they're godly men. That means nothing. Faith is more than mere words.
Why do you think she tried to fake her own death?
There was a suicide note in her coat. Many have taken their own lives in this forest. She thought she could trick us with a message of repentance. Pathetic. You clearly don't have any intention to help us, but we might have means to change your mind.
Chief, do you really think we would be lying? Is my wife really capable of committing such atrocities?
Look around. Can you smell death? Can you sense wickedness? Of course I believe that. This is a cursed land. And I don't know who you are, and I don't trust you. None of you. Take them away. Make them talk.
We don't even know what the fuck.
You know how
I'm
this
very
works.
confused.
Follow me.
Why have we stopped, Detective?
Someone needs to help you out. I'm letting you go.
All of a sudden, you want to help us? Why?
Your sister came here to join a madman? She chose this town to fulfill her occult desires? And you're helping her to hide. That's insane. Maybe she got kidnapped by Nermin and... I don't know. You must find her as quickly as possible.
Chief Norton will be furious with you.
I never lie to him. Or at least it's what he thinks. He won't question my decision to let you leave. But you have to give me your word you won't leave town. We have your passports, but one can always find a way out if he wants to.
We promise.
I wouldn't question a word from two priests.
I promise.
Start your search with the warden.
Dr. Hatur?
I was with him last night before the incident at the castle. He was already looking for Victoria.
Before the incident? Are you sure?
My head injury sometimes makes me have memory lapses, but you don't have to question my intelligence.
I'm sorry, but I knew it. The moment I saw that man, I knew there was something creepy about him.
I don't know how, but he might be somehow connected with her disappearance.
Could he be found at a mental hospital?
Oh no. You can't possibly get to the Marof Asylum. It's off limits for non-staff or non-inmates. The doctor resides at the only lodge in this town, The Goldine Lodge. That's where you should go first.
Where's this lodge located?
From here, go down towards the lake. Once you reach the shore, go left. You can't miss it.
Why did he stay at the house while we were being interrogated?
He wanted to make sure Victoria wasn't there, but to tell you the truth, I think he had other reasons. I'm not sure.
Could you give me my belongings back?
That I cannot do. I'm sorry.
What time is it?
I don't know, but it's getting late and you should act immediately.
The train is about to leave soon. We have to go now.
A few words of advice before we part ways. There is a reason why this town looks desolate, even in broad daylight. Don't get yourself fooled by the lights you see here. This soil is cursed, and the air tainted with wickedness.
This game is
No,
cursed.
you can sense it. It's the opposite of what you're used to. Be wary while wandering around. Under no circumstances you should go into the forest or onto the mountain. They are forbidden. Stick to the town. The moon ghouls are impossible to find, except for when it's too late for oneself. God bless you all. I hope you find salvation in spite of the horror all around you.
This game has got me. This game's got me fucked up.
We have to split, Benedict. I'm going to the lodge. You should go back to the house, in case Victoria comes back.
I don't care about Victoria and what she got into. I'm leaving. Going back to Budapest.
She's the only real family you have.
My family died the day my father left us.
If you leave, you will pursue your own selfish desires, not his will and words. She was accused wrongly. You need to stay here and help me find her in the name of faith.
I kind of just want him to fucking go away and it just be the other guy. Is this gonna give us a different ending?
She's already dead.
Benedict? Don't you dare turn your back on your sister!
Oh, give us a leave the town.
And never looked back. Never saw my sister again.
Be alone with God.
And fulfilled life, as I was alone. Alone with God.
Wow. Did that give us an ending? Yeah, that's an ending.
Why have we stopped, Detective?
Someone
okay.
needs to help you out.
Thank goodness, because I'm like...
All of a sudden, you want to help us? Why?
Okay, we gotta go back through this. We got one
ending. Your sister came here to join a madman? She chose this town to fulfill her occult desires? And you're helping her to hide. That's insane. Maybe she got kidnapped by Nermin and... I don't know. You must find her as quickly as possible.
Chief Norton will be furious with you.
I never lied to him. Or at least it's what he thinks. He won't question my decision to let you leave. But you have to give me your word you won't leave town. We have your passports, but one can always find a way out if he wants to.
We promise.
I wouldn't question a word from two priests.
I promise.
Start your search with the warden.
Dr. Kotar?
I was with him last night before the incident at the castle.
I just punched my microphone. I'm sorry.
Before the incident. Are you sure?
My head injury sometimes makes me have memory lapses, but you don't have to question my intelligence.
I'm sorry, but I knew it. The moment I saw that man, I knew there was something creepy about him.
I don't know how, but he might be somehow connected with her disappearance.
Could he be found at a mental hospital?
Oh no. You can't possibly get to the Madoff Asylum. It's off limits for non-staff or non-inmates. The doctor resides at the only lodge in this town, the Goldine Lodge. And that's where you should go first.
Where's this lodge located?
From here, go down towards the lake. Once you reach the shore, go left. You can't miss it.
Why did he stay at the house while we were being interrogated?
He wanted to make sure Victoria wasn't there, but to tell you the truth, I think he had other reasons. I'm not sure.
What time is it?
I don't know, but it's getting late and you should act immediately.
The train is about to leave soon. Could you give me my belongings back?
That I cannot do. I'm sorry.
We have to go now.
A few words of advice before we part ways. There is a reason why this town looks desolate, even in broad daylight. Don't get yourself fooled by the lights you see here. This soil is cursed, and the air tainted with wickedness. I know you can sense it. It's the opposite of what you're used to. Be wary while wandering around. Under no circumstances you should go into the forest or onto the mountain. They are forbidden. Stick to the town. The moon ghouls are impossible to find, except for when it's too late for oneself. God bless you all. I hope you find salvation in spite of the horror all around you.
All right, so now,
We have to split, Benedict. I'm going to the lodge. You should go back to the house, in case Victoria comes back.
I don't know my sister anymore. She became a person I've dreaded my whole life. She's a devil worshipper, a murderer, a person acting against God. Who is she? How could she change so much?
Since when do you trust other people? They are lying, Benedict. Victoria is innocent.
Did she drag me here to sacrifice me? Like she did with her unborn child?
Hey, she did not do that. Our child is not dead. The chief is lying. Before this journey, when was the last time you saw her?
A couple of years ago, I guess.
I see and talk to her every waking hour since we married. People don't change that much. She's a good person.
They don't change. They just strip the facade and show their true self. If they are lying, how do you explain her scratch pad in the belfry?
I don't know.
And what about her coat? Or the fact that she used my mother's name to introduce herself?
We should ask if this is true. The only person she spoke to after arriving here is the lady from the souvenir shop over there.
Don't forget, she was seen pushing a man from the castle's roof by multiple witnesses.
Maybe she was assaulted. We don't know who that man is, and what really happened last night. If we don't succeed in finding her soon, going to the castle is something we should consider. And this is partly on us. If we weren't so weak, we wouldn't have been drowned into a nightmarish cycle of dreams. Just look around you. It's already night, for God's sake.
I've noticed. It means we slept for more than half a day.
Even when dead tired, one can never sleep that much. It's unnatural.
Trust
The
me,
house
I
definitely
could.
did this. Because we were weak.
It's my fault? It was her idea to make me come here, and she picked that damned house. How do you explain the balcony horror?
You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know how to explain many things. I'm just trying to find a meaning in all this madness. We should move, brother. She might already be back at the house. Or in danger at the hands of that warden.
No. I'm leaving.
You what?
Given the circumstances, Father Imre will understand why I didn't talk to the priest of Sveti Kotar.
But he will judge you if you leave your sister here.
Exactly.
I'm leaving. Going back to Budapest.
You won't make it past the border. You don't have your passport.
I'll be fine. I don't care about Victoria and what she got into. God will be her judge.
God will condemn you for leaving your sister to die here. Open your eyes! She's the only real family you have.
My family died the day my father left us.
If you leave, you will pursue your own selfish desires, not his will and words.
Yeah, like,
She was accused wrongly.
okay,
You need to stay here and help me find her in the name of faith.
this is a weird game. Also, what kind of priest whose sister leave his sister instead of actually, like,
You think she might be
yeah.
back at the house?
Could be. It's the only place where she knows we might be. Are you going to help me?
I'm going to the house, and if she's there, I'm leaving at once.
You both wait on me, but stay out of the house and hide somewhere outside. The warden or the police might come back. I'm going to the lodge. Be careful.
Oh, this is the bar. Okay. We don't know where the house is.
It's barely readable. That must read Sveti Kotar, and that should be the coat of arms of Croatia, the chessboard.
Very confusing.
Ivan Kotar, Sanctus Patronus. Only dust remains of the thing that was set on fire last night. For some people, this stone is the only hope they have left. Haven, last seen on the last day of February 1993. Young Kadia, missing his love since June. Beloved wife and mother, Melita Lavnyak, missing since October 1991 at the entrance of Carcassa.
anyone found my legs yet? Our beloved priest and friend.
I don't know where we're supposed to be going. I'm very confused by everything that's going on. And I definitely don't like this character. Like, he could fuck right off and I'd be just happy.
No, it's the path towards the lake and the lodge. I should go back to the house first.
Well, I don't know where the house is. So, oh. That's the house?
I wasn't sure I heard a voice, but I did. Victoria is here. It's dark, and my eyes could be deceiving me, but that doesn't seem to be...
Who goes there? I'm Lucia, the owner of this house.
I apologize, miss. I'm Benedict. Victoria is my sister.
Who's Victoria?
Rough day. Sorry. I meant Petra. Petra is my sister.
I didn't know she had a brother, and that he was coming with her to Sveti Kotar.
Nobody knew. It was a last-minute decision.
So where is she now?
We're trying to find her.
We? Who is we? And are there more people I don't know about?
Her husband, Nikolai, came as well.
I was told she was to come alone on Friday, October 28th. Rented the house for 3 nights. Said she wants to give herself a gift for the soul. A strange woman, I tell you that. Something happened?
Nothing in particular. We woke up and she was gone.
She's probably sightseeing. One can easily get lost in the beauty of the place. Lose track of time.
What happened here?
I didn't want to yell at you, but since you're asking, you tell me. I almost fainted out of sorrow after opening the door. Look at my bust, reduced to pieces. Somebody has to pay for the damage. Animals.
You'll have to ask the warden to pay for that. We left the house untouched.
The warden? What warden? Dr. Hatur?
Yes, Dr. Hatur.
But I did nothing wrong. Why would he come to my house? Was he looking for me?
I don't know. He didn't tell us the reason and we couldn't argue. A detective was with him.
Maybe they saw my art as blasphemous and heretical. Maybe they'll take me into the asylum.
Oh, jeez. Hi, Bubble Butt. Thank you for contributing.
I'm doomed.
I'm so confused.
He won't take further action.
What do you mean? He was here for me.
Why would he cause this damage without taking you in? It doesn't make sense.
You think?
This looks like he was just giving a warning. Maybe because of something else you did.
I don't know what I did, but I can live with a warning. I'll try to be more careful from now on.
This game has got me fucking confused.
Weren't you supposed to welcome us last night?
I told your sister I'll leave the key at the neighbors, and that I'll pass by later, after the castle.
You were at the castle?
Sure.
Did you see me there?
I was there only for a brief time. Couldn't stand all those people. But how could I see you when everyone has to wear... Wait a minute. Did you go inside without a mask?
No, of course not. Was she here after you came by?
I didn't make it. This right here is me visiting after the castle. You are a strange person. No wonder you two are relatives. Why are you asking all these questions?
Because she stayed in the house and fell asleep, and when I came back I couldn't find her. I don't know her whereabouts since last night.
You know, if you don't trust her, you should just talk to her. But if you already did, then my only advice is to talk to Madame Vera, my neighbor. She may be old, but she never misses a thing. Always lurking from that window of hers.
I can do that.
If you just nod, she will pretend to be dead. She doesn't like strangers. You must introduce yourself to her. Say exactly who you are and why you are looking to talk to her. Tell the truth. I heard that she had some sort of visions of the life of Ivan Kotar, the patron saint of the town. It's what allowed her to sneak into other people's houses as a babysitter.
I'll try to talk to her.
And do not go knocking on the door. She hates that. Whenever I don't have guests, I sleep here. And guests are as rare as the sun in this town. My dreams are always great. Why?
It's just that both Nikolai and I had a rough night's sleep with harrowing dreams.
That must have been the demon of tiredness, not the house. You had a long drive yesterday.
I am very confused.
We opened the balcony door and found a strange mass.
So it was you who broke the glass on the door?
No, I just opened it. I promise.
Maybe those bloody crows did it. Wouldn't be the first time. It started recently. They come to the balcony raking in mud, small twigs, and other crow filth. I tried to scare them off, but nothing is working. And they are very aggressive. I can't light a candle anymore. Whenever I do, they swarm outside and start scratching at the windows and door. The balcony is where they gather and ultimately die. It's like their graveyard or something. I can't explain it. If they don't back off soon, I'll have to start taking action. I don't want my guests to feel threatened.
Do you mind if I look around the house a bit?
Not at all. You're allowed to stay here for 2 more nights. Unless you want to pay to stay longer, of course.
That is something you should discuss with my sister.
You're kind of a dick.
This woman eerily reminds me of Victoria in her younger days, back when I could rely on her, instead of having to fear her. I don't need it. The blasphemous basin is destroyed. I approve of the act.
You're kind of a dickhead.
Hideous. It's full of dead crows. Dozens and dozens of them.
I'm very confused.
It must have been the warden who did this. What use is there in throwing books on the floor? We left it on the table, with its front side facing the wall. Now it's up again, looking at me with those mean eyes. Everything is as we left it, but the crow's head is missing, and there's broken glass on the floor now. This bookshelf was full of books before. A lot of them are missing now. It's a giant tree with dozens of corpses hanging from its branches, and skulls that feed its roots. A giant bowl made out of clay, filled with what seems to be some type of oil. For some reason, someone decided to wrap the carpet and put it here.
Okay, so I guess we need to go talk to Vera? Interesting.
Hello? Madam Vera? My name is Benedek. I spent the night at your neighbor's. Could I ask you some questions? The woman that came with me is my sister. We can't find her today. Did you see if she left the house sometime after we arrived last night? Have you seen her today, perhaps? Who are you? I must confess that I have a hard time reading your chalkboard. All right, no need to get upset, Madame Vera. I'll do my best to read from it. My name is Benedek, and... Vera is old, not deaf. Who are you? Benedek, I'm a monk from Budapest. What do you want from me, monk? I'm trying to find my sister. Have you seen her? No, but I heard last night. After we arrived? Much later, in the night, with a man. What man? Nikolai? No, the one who came here earlier today stayed in the house. The warden? Dr. Hathor? Him, the man with the demonic voice. What did Hathor and my sister do? Went into the forest together, talked there for a while, then silence. Where in the forest? At the crossroad, go straight into the forest. It's where the path leading from the town ends? Just go inside there. Once you find it, you will know. Did you hear what they talked about? No, sounded like whispering, praying, chanting. I'm just curious, and please don't get upset.
Can be nosy.
Why are you using a chalkboard to communicate? Piece of chalkboard. School-damaged object. A present from someone special to me. I understand, but why don't you talk to me? Wouldn't that be easier and less painful for you?
I
Tongue
mean...
was torn out. I am eyeless and wordless. Terrible fate. I can't imagine the pain. Please forgive my ignorance. Can you describe Hathor? What is it? My eyes were taken from me. God has his ways. I'm sorry. God has nothing on this. I deserved punishment. I deserve solitude. You still questioning my words. I am sure I didn't see him, but it is the same man that stayed in the house. The demonic voice. Who made you blind and mute? No need to tell me. I just... The body of my sister. Your sister did this to you? A corpse now. She had to do it. It is my fault. Your sister, family. What could you have done to deserve such a cruel punishment? I provoked. I need to suffer for my faith. It is all I have left. Don't ask again. I heard about your visions. I still have them. Visions of Ivan Kotar? His birth, life, the horrors of Udav, death in
Well, this
church.
is such a weird game.
Can you tell me a bit more? Visions are mine. Don't want to talk about. Excuse me. You are damaged. Missing soul you have. Excuse me?
Excuse
Cursed,
me?
like me, but a good man. Help me find the love of my life. He disappeared. I don't know this place. I don't know anyone here. Everyone knew my love. On a full moon night, he disappeared.
Oh, we saw it.
Madam, I can't. As soon as I find my sister, I'm leaving and not coming back. Search for her at the same time. Look for him. You have to understand, it will take a miracle for me to find anyone in this valley. But tell me, what is his name? Yakov Prenger, town's former... A priest was your lover? He was to renounce his service, not faith. Dear God, I'll see what I can do. I have to go now.
Now she's questioning your faith. Even freaking better.
Who keeps a dead tree?
Me.
4 letters
Oh my God.
divided by a cross. V, K, J, and P. If I'm right, V should stand for Vera, J for Yakov, and P for Prenger. That is not love. It's a sin.
In whose fucking eyes, bro?
The Catechism says, after an angel decides to sin, he falls from heaven and becomes a demon.
Yeah, I just think you're a douche.
I should wait here for now.
I couldn't have missed the tallest building out here. This must be the lodge where Hatur resides. Goldine. I wonder, what's the story behind this bricked up passage? Nicholas Handel. No food in there, just some tiny crumbs.
My name is Luca. At your service.
I'm looking for Dr. Hatur. I have an appointment with him.
No, you don't.
Excuse me? How would you know that?
The warden takes no visitors here. Only in the asylum. And I trust you are well aware you don't want to be a patient of his.
The guest rooms are upstairs, right?
Sir, only the guests who are chosen are allowed to see the rooms.
How can I be chosen?
Sir?
You said I have to be chosen to go upstairs.
Right. I don't know how you can be chosen.
But who's choosing? And why?
Mr. Wilde. He's not here at the moment, and I don't know when he will return. Apologies, sir.
Can you tell me where the doctor's room is?
I don't know where it is.
What do you mean? You are the receptionist here.
I never saw Mr. Golden's room. I only heard about it from Mr. Wilde.
I have to speak to Mr. Hatur, not Mr. Goldine.
I know, but like I said, I never saw his room. Dr. Hatur resides in Golden's former room.
How is it possible that you don't know each and every room in this building? Have you just started working here?
No, sir. I'm working here for quite some time, actually. But I'm not allowed to see Golden's room, and I don't know where it's located.
How can I find Hatur then?
I don't know.
Is he even in the lodge?
Yes, he is. Look, you should probably ask Mr. Wilde about everything you need or want. I'm just the receptionist here.
Where is Mr. Wilde?
He's not here.
I know. I can see it.
This is such a
Where
weird
can I
game.
find him?
You can't. He finds you.
Well, that's ominous.
That bricked up passage over there.
Yes?
What happened?
It was bricked up.
Why?
Oh, I'm not sure, sir. That was long before my time. I just heard stories.
Tell me more.
I can't. All I can say is there is another way to get inside that room.
Where? How do I find it?
I don't
Why
know,
do we want to find
and
it?
if I did, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
This game is
Apologies,
weird.
sir.
But
Do you
But-
have a cat or a dog?
No, we don't.
Then why do you have a ball down there?
That belongs to the King in Yellow.
Do you want to tell me who that is?
No, sir, I can't tell you who he is. Mr. Wilde is the only one who can.
This king in yellow. Cat or dog, whatever it is, could be the key to find Mr. Wilde. And if I can get to him, I would be allowed access to Hatur's room. Luca,
Okay.
if you'll excuse me.
Certainly, sir.
So, like, I can't complain because I
Can I
probably
take
bought
this
this on
map?
sale.
Might come in handy while going around this valley.
Why not? Nobody wants it. Nobody needs it. Take it.
So, I
It's
can't
been
be
laying
mad
there
that
for
this is weird.
centuries.
A map from Nikolai. It's a rare ancient map of the town and its surroundings.
The clock is dead at the stroke of midnight. Not sure about its usage. It simply looks like a hole. I see an executioner talking to small-sized men and women. I think they're about to be slaughtered. Several people are calling for help, drowning in the ocean. Angels look down on them from the safety of the sky, proud of themselves. Pula seems to be a painting of the place. An old coastal town with a Roman Colosseum. A man standing at the entrance of the forest, weighing whether he should venture forth.
All of a sudden, I hear Moon
Elderly
Tier
women dancing
action,
with
and
a
I'm
tall,
like, wait a
dark man
second.
around a bonfire. They seem to be happy.
What the heck is this?
Branko Merzel. Martin Zudervliet. Natalia Pietrzak. Timo. Renate Zimmermann. Victor, the 152 Cat Compa. Patrick Paverick Meyer. Fran Merzel. Zazu.
Is this a Kickstarter game and I didn't realize that?
Peter Stiebel. Lake Kubilius. Michael Schminder.
Schminder.
Jensen Cook. Ivan Goldin.
Okay. Wonder if this will come is important. So is he gonna tell us not to go
Not allowed
upstairs?
to go upstairs.
He's not even fucking looking at us, bro. I'm like, he's not looking at us. Let's go.
Looks like a maze. I have no desire to go inside.
Why not? Where's your sense of adventure, big boy?
to find Hatur.
Well, that's nice, but we have nowhere to go.
Just a boat, floating alone in the fog. It's empty. Hello, youngster. What's your name?
Anton,
What are you doing here?
fishing.
At
Oh.
night?
Best time.
It's dangerous to be out here at night, especially for a child.
Why?
Didn't you hear what happened to your mayor? And what about those moon things?
You mean the moon ghouls? I saw them once here on the lake.
What do they look like? What are they?
Yellow. Their whole body is yellow. Except for the faces. They don't have faces. Their faces are shadows.
You were hidden somewhere?
They saw me, but they could do nothing. Dr. Hatur was taking them away.
Where did he take them?
I don't know. The doctor told me to go away. I didn't look back. He's always good to me. Always gives me food. Says I have to gain weight.
How's your fishing going?
Badly.
Wouldn't you need a fishing rod, net, or anything that could help you with that?
I'm not trying to catch them. I'm just calling them. I want to see them.
The lake seems lifeless to me. Are you sure this is the right place to fish?
I know it is. Mother Evelina told me.
So your mother told you to come to this very pier at night to try to catch some fish? She must be an exemplary parent.
She is good to me. She loves me. Look. She made this dress with bells just for me. Others don't have dress like this.
Others? Who are they?
My brothers.
Why would she give you a dress with bells?
I can call for help when others are mean to me. Evelina always comes.
Why do you let your brothers be mean? Fight for yourself.
I don't want to be mean towards strangers. Mother Evelina says it is impolite.
Your siblings can't be strangers to you. You live in the same house, eat the same food, maybe even sleep in the same room.
We live together, but they are still strangers. See, I think they know where their parents are. I don't.
Kid, are you all right?
No. I want to find my parents.
So, Evelina is not your mother?
She told me my mother and father are living here now. Somewhere inside Lake Harley. I'm trying to call them. I want to see them.
Do you live in an orphanage, perhaps?
I live in a big house. Above our roof is a giant tower with giant bells. And we have a big courtyard. With a big wall and tall trees that prevent demons and evil spirits to visit us when they leave their underground beds.
You know, when I was your age, I lived in a house such as yours.
Evelina was your mother too?
No, my mother's name was Olga.
Was she as good as my mother?
She always protected me from my brothers and sisters.
You also had a dress like mine? With bells?
No, but I would have loved to have one. Do you have spare bait?
Why?
I need food for a pet. He's hiding, and I need to lure him out.
You want to see the king in yellow?
How did you know?
He's beautiful. That is why. Everyone wants to see the king in yellow.
What are you doing, kid? That must be painful.
Take it. This will definitely help you. He loves my skin.
Did he just give a skin?
Mother Evelina says I can't feel pain. I use skin to cool my mother and father too. But they don't seem to love it. Only the king in yellow does.
Thank you, Anton. But don't do that anymore. It could be dangerous if it gets infected. Take care.
Goodbye.
What? Ah, the kid just ripped off his freaking skin? Oh. You know what? I'm not even gonna question it. Oh, whoops. We don't know what the hell's going on in this game. We're not gonna question it. Right? Right? I'm gonna have to take a potty break here shortly, though. It's a kitty cat.
Mr. Wilde has chosen you.
Where is he?
You called him. He answered. You can see him now.
This room is the same as before, except for this yellow cat that just showed up.
That is him. The king in yellow is Mr. Wilde. Mr. Wilde is the king in yellow.
What?
Mr. Wilde is a cat?
Mr. Wilde is the name of his earthly being. The body has an essence, a soul. That soul is the king in yellow. You can think of yourself as a lucky man. He loves to eat human skin. But I think he chose you because of the circumstances.
What circumstances?
Strange is the night when dark arises on a strange night like this with a full moon. Strange is the
This is weird, bud.
lost in Carcassonne wood.
This is a weird.
Dr.
Don't
Hator
look.
sang today's circumstances in sorrow, but the king loves this song.
So what now?
Ask the king in yellow. I'm just his servant.
I have to talk to a cat. Is this man one of Hatur's patients on the loose? I would like your permission to go upstairs. I have to talk to Hatur.
The king says you are not allowed. You may, though, go to his room.
If I don't go upstairs, where can I find his room?
There is a passage leading to it. The king will not help you find it, but neither will he obstruct you.
What are you doing? What's going on?
I'm not allowed to see it. You are free to step inside, though beware, it is a one-way pass. Once you get in, there is no coming back. You will have to find another way out.
Excuse me. Lucas said it's not possible to come back. Am I really ready to go in? I'm going in.
Going in. We're going in. We're going. I don't know where we're going.
What is this place? It's like I entered into a hellish nightmare. And there's no going back now. Anton Fero Istarski. is this possible? I remember this painting from the orphanage. My mother, the only person who stood up for me. My father, he used to tell me I'm nothing but a sin, and called me God's degenerate. My brothers and sisters from the orphanage. Horrible souls deserve a horrible fate.
Oh.
I must be losing my mind. Mother, is that really you? Kelly Sue Drayton. Why am I seeing you?
Oh, okay.
The painting from the orphanage. How did it end up in this place? Lies. In the real painting, I was standing by your side, and there were no other children. Mother?
I don't know. I'm kind of like.
I was waiting for you.
Demonic slave. Where is she? Where's my mon?
What the fuck?
No! Ah!
Did I die?
I should wait here for now. It's locked.
Did I just die?
The fireplace. It's full of dead crows.
I know. I've put them there.
Why?
To get rid of the bodies. Why else? But I am all out of matches, so for now, they just have to lay in the cold. You don't mind, do you?
No, not at all. It's your house.
But you're my guest. It's my duty to make your stay comfortable.
This woman and her house are beyond salvation. Never mind.
What are we supposed to do? I don't know what we're supposed to do. Oh. I'm not sure where we're. I'm not sure what to do. That's alright. This has been a weird game. Also, you're supposed to be recovering anyways, you silly man. I had an early day today. I slid off. Well, I didn't slide off the road. I was pushed off the road this morning because of the snow, and I just had one of those days. It was one of those days today. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do.
Everything is as we left it, but the crow.
That's not what I'm. Okay. Well, it seems gnarly, and some people don't know how to drive it. Well, I was just taking my time this morning because I'm like, it's shit. My car doesn't do well. I have a dinky little Toyota. Um, and this guy in a big old truck went flying by me, and I went off the road because he was swerving into me, and then he went off the other side. I had to have Andy come pull me back out, and I was not happy about that. Not happy about that.
That's a strange notion.
And like I was telling Kendra, thank goodness I went off where I did, because if I would have gone off maybe 300 feet, maybe, it would have been straight into lava rock and I would have crushed the whole front of my car. Luckily, I wasn't going very fast, but I would have been so pissed since I'm paying off the car. I would have been pissed.
I should wait here.
So, I only did a couple of stores today and came home. I have to go back out in it tomorrow for work, but I was over it. I was over it. Okay, so.
Excuse me.
Okay, we already been here.
This feels wrong.
Well, at this rate, I'm going to try anything because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
I struggle to find a reason to do that.
I'm trying to figure out what to do here. Oh, I didn't see that. Do we go back into town?
The path the old lady told me about. It's too dark and terrifying.
All sorts of negative emotions are hitting me in this blackness, and I can't see a thing. I need light.
Well, I've already killed characters off, so. Nothing we can see. So we must find a light somewhere. I was starting to crash on my stream, so I'm going to take a nap, but I'll leave a lurk. Oh. I hope you're recovering okay and have a good nap, okay? I didn't realize you were streaming. I'm sorry.
Never mind.
Okay, so we're trying to find a light, but oh, maybe the oil up there? Is it flammable? Of course. Is it flammable? Hell. Slow brain dead gameplay, a
Giant
bunch of
bowl made
grind.
out of
Hey,
clay,
there's nothing wrong
filled
with
with
that.
what seems to be some type of oil.
So is there a... Must be needing something. Oh. Thank you, darling. I'm assuming we're trying to find a light, but there must be something we need to do here.
It's locked.
It's locked. I'm kind of stuck here. Not quite sure what to do. So we'll figure this out. But I need to take a bathroom break. So maybe that's what we'll do first. Let's do that. Better save the game. Because I've already got one ending on accident because I just wanted to get rid of this character. Anyways, I'll be right back. I'm going to go party. So, you know the saying, you have the best thoughts when you're in the bathroom, in the shower. Apparently, my best thoughts are when I have to go pee. Because I'm sitting in there, I'm like, man, it just kind of drive me crazy. I don't know what we need to do. I do know what we need to do. The lamp.
Do you mind if I take this lamp?
That dust collecting thing is here because I inherited it with the house. Go ahead, but don't forget to return it. Sometimes it gets very dark in this valley. Without a lamp, I could get lost.
Darker than this? It appears to be empty. I need to find some oil to make it work.
Because I'm like, why do we have a bowl of oil upstairs? I thought it was like a lamp. I didn't think about it being a potential lamp. If that makes sense. Like, I thought it was like a regular lamp, not a lantern. Carol, been looking at certain things out. I hope stream is going. It is going good. How are you doing, Baldy? Also, Body, I had a question for you. I was gonna DM you later. Yeah. I was wondering if you got any book reading plans next month. I'll slide into your DMs, big boy. Trust me. I was wondering if you wanted to read a book at the same time as me. Or at least in the same month. I don't know. I'm in a really bad book hangover right now. Kendra and I are both in a bad. We're both in a really bad book hangover. Okay, we must have to figure out a way to light it. I would love to reread a picture of Dorian Gray, and I figured you might want to also. Just asking. He's probably like, Jess, you're a weirdo. I'm really excited about next month's book club. I finished it last night to get it all ready. Like I enjoyed the books. Never read it, so I'm down. It's a classic as well, so sure thing. Okay, good. So what was I saying? Like I've enjoyed this month. Oh, I'm actually. That's so funny you would say that, Body. I'm actually reading one. It's called Phantasma, and it is. I feel like it's heavily inspired by Phantom of the Opera. And I actually just recently watched Phantom of the Opera and put a whole bunch of Phantom of the Opera retellings on my TBR. Um I feel like I'm missing something. I just went brain dead. Which one? The Phantom of the Opera. I watched the one with Gerard Butler because Yeah.
Do you happen to have any spare matches?
Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the other one too, but
You
jar
are
blow
afraid
or
of darkness. Look into the angel's vase. Take what you find. I will. Thank you, Madame Vera. Excuse me. I can see a matchbox, which I'm taking, and a strange crucifix that looks more like a weapon of sorts. I believe it could kill a beast. As long as I'm trapped in this valley, I might need it. And since Vera wrote I could take whatever I find in here, I'm taking that too. It's empty.
okay. So we got a crucifix. Oh, I wonder if we could go do the fire for her. But next month's book club, I think I outdid myself. I'm very, very excited. Because also, when I do post the stuff for next month's, I need to also share it with your mom. So I might send it personally to your DMs too. So prepare for spam, and I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Because maybe there'll be something if she wants to participate.
If I didn't come here, thoughts like this would never cross my mind. I have some spare matches for the fireplace. Here, take a few.
But I outdid myself. I'm pretty proud of myself, honestly.
For the
Poor
crows.
dragon.
Thank you. You know, you've been good to me. I would still be going crazy if you didn't calm me down about the warden. I want you to have something of mine.
What is this?
A death whistle.
It was given to me by the prophet. It'll help you get through the darkest of times.
It's a hideous small skull. How could it help me?
I don't believe in unearthly phenomena, but the prophet says this whistle can ward off any demon in your vicinity. When blown, it produces a frightening scream. But remember, use it wisely, and don't show it to anyone else.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Whose skull was used to create it? Perhaps a squirrel's or a rat's? It's so small. I don't like it. But I'll keep it. Maybe it could help me in ways I can't imagine right now.
She liked the writing style, but couldn't really engage with the lead character, so she gave it a miss. That's fair. I was wondering. Because I was like, she might like it, she might not. It's one of those, like, I like the writing style for sure. But I did have a hard time relating with the main character. So I was like, But I wanted her to try it anyways, regardless. Because I read her A Sea of Unspoken. I just read it recently. Because I actually have her first book she wrote, which is The Spells for Forgetting, that I haven't started yet. But her newest book that came out this year, I liked it, but I didn't love it, and it was kind of disappointing. So
I don't need more light here.
so just gonna make us do it in here. But I like her writing enough that I'm trying to read all of her books. She's got a lot of young adult ones too that I'm going to try to read. But for next month's, I'm not afraid to talk about it. Next month's book club. We're not picking specific books. I made a list of 7 reading prompts. And it's pretty much pick a prompt, read it, we'll discuss it later, and why you picked the book. Kind of like a why'd you pick this book? What made you interested? So on and so forth, right?
Oh my god. This is horrible. I've never seen so many. It's a
Oh,
dumping site.
okay, we'll hold on to that thought. Um, and I also did some book recommendations based off of each prompt. That's what I was doing last night, and that took me like 3 hours. But it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed myself because I found some books that I was like, man, this book sounds amazing. Why have I never heard of it? And it was by like I found so many Irish authors last night. It was hilarious. So
Two different kinds of footprints here. Fresh footprints. No way I can be sure one of them belongs to Victoria, but this proves Vera was right. She wasn't imagining the whispers from the woods. I wonder, how could my sister possibly know the warden? Where did they meet? He was looking for her last night before the incident, and then they talked afterwards here. Why? Something must have happened to her in the last few years. Both of our parents perished, and now our bloodline is cursed. It's not a fairy tale. It's our reality.
but Body, I will pre-send you next month so you can share it with moms and see mom. Share it with mom. Jesus Christ. Had a mini stroke there apparently. And see what she thinks. Maybe something will catch her eye. I just thought it would be a good way that everybody could read what they wanted to. Um, but also maybe be introduce someone else to a different.
I have to go to the lodge. Tell Nikolai I was right. He can do whatever he wants after that. I did my part. I'm leaving. No one can judge me or condemn me after... Huh? No! 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 Get off! Get off! Get off! No! No! I have to get out of here immediately!
Oh, because of the light. Um, Now I remember what I was trying to say. That way, nobody would have to purchase a book. They could go to the library, everything like that. So, but I figured out of everybody, you would probably read The Picture of Dorian Gray with me. So. Since I was so proud of you reading Pride and Prejudice. I was so proud.
With a bit of God's help and quick feet, I may be able to get to the lodge, then straight to the station before the last train leaves. My back. It hurts so bad. I haven't walked so quickly since I was a first grader. All alone here? Where's everyone else? Where's your owner?
Come over here! Through the passage!
I'm not climbing up that thing. It looks unstable. Besides, I have no reason to do it. Antun Fero Istarski.
Oh, it's changed again.
A man proudly seated in his king-sized chair, surrounded by cats. Could be someone important. It looks shockingly similar to the cat in the lobby. It has a menacing stance, as if safeguarding its master. A congress of felines. Some people worship them and think they are superior animals.
Link would disagree with you. Is this the same one? Okay, that's the same portrait.
The king says you are here to see that friend of yours.
I'm trying to find Nikolai, not a friend.
I don't know the man's name, but since we don't get many visitors, that must be him. If you find him, tell him he owes me a pack of matches. I had to light a lot of candles because of him.
Why? What happened?
When he got in here, all the lights in the lodge went out. I've never felt a stronger, more bone-chilling draft in my life.
Where did he go afterwards?
Certainly not back through the lobby, as the door was closed. He could only have gone in one direction, into the tower. And from there, who knows? This building is full of secret passageways.
What caused the draft?
I don't know. Something from the tower, I suppose. The king does not want to tell me. He's playing awfully coy about this.
Nikolai didn't cause the draft, then?
Yes, he did. This hallway leads to Mr. Golden's room, where your friend was headed. He caused the draft.
Could you go upstairs and check for him? I can wait in the lobby.
No, I've never been in this part of the lodge before. Never in the tower. And never in the warden's room. No way. He's your friend. You should go.
I already told you he's not my friend.
He's married to your fucking sister, bro.
You have no choice. The king is telling me you have to go in there. On one condition, though. I won't see him anymore. So you have to pay for his debt.
What would that be?
I'll give you a clue. What do I need to repel darkness in the lodge?
You need to stop believing in that king of yours. Turn to God instead.
I need something that makes fire. That's all. Pay for the debt, and I'll let you go upstairs.
Who is your king?
We're gonna ask questions first.
The king in yellow. He who opens passages.
Where is he?
Spiritually, everywhere. Physically, right now, in the lobby. And yellow.
A cat is your king?
He is everyone's king. He only chooses to appear as a cat. Do not deceive yourself in thinking he is merely a pet. He gets angry easily, and you don't want to get him angry.
Here, Nikolai's debt.
This is a weird game. It's not bad, it's just weird. I'm having a hard time following along in some parts of it, but that's okay.
Where are you going?
Now that
I won't be able to stream very much.
I have work to do.
Couldn't you at least wait here?
Sorry, sir. I wasn't supposed to even see the hallway. I'm sure that god of yours will help you get out of there.
Wait! I could have just left this town. Sometimes I don't understand myself.
Oh, you're being a big bitch.
This room appears empty, but the candles are
Excuse
still
me.
lit.
I had to burp. Okay.
Not sure why I would need one.
The better question is, why wouldn't you need one?
The book's title is An Inhabitant of Sabor. A couple couple of books regarding the human mind, and a quill that was used on a piece of paper to draw. Wooden twigs tied with tiny threads, or plant roots. 3 triangles tied in the middle, with another twig. This is beyond my interest of knowing. It must be witchcraft, or something to worship the devil.
You're such a drama mama.
7 symbols, all very different from one another.
He's
The
such a
round
drama
one could be an
mama.
iteration of the accursed evil eye.
You're such a drama mama.
A dense fog rises above the lake, creeping inland. I could be wrong, but there seems to be something reflective at the end of the hole. I'd need something long enough to reach it.
Oh, we didn't need a walking stick.
Using one of these might help me to reach the end of that hole. The warden's secret passage. It could be a trap, but I have no other choice. I have to descend. It was a harrowing walk. There was no light. Every step I made was a danger. The child at the end of the pier surely must have seen Nikolai and the warden come out of here. I should ask.
Oh, the boat's gone.
Hi, little one. Can I ask you some questions?
I'm not little one. I'm Anton.
Anton, have you seen anyone coming out of that tunnel?
I saw you.
That is good, but anyone before me?
2 men. One had the eyes of a dead man.
Where did they go?
They drove away with the boat. Disappeared into the fog.
Eyes of a dead man. Was he dead?
He was breathing. The warden dragged him.
Do you come here often?
I wish I
Fishing.
could finish the book
Yes.
I'm currently reading.
So you know the warden?
I'm reading The
course.
Stolen Queen. It's a
He's
historical
always with
fiction.
me. Always
But
gives me food. Says
fucking
I have to gain weight.
fate,
You think
ink,
he
and
took
blood
the other man to the asylum?
fucking gave me
No.
such a bad hangover.
He uses the boat only when meeting with the moon ghouls. They always go to the same place. It's on the other side of the lake.
How do you know about that place?
My mother Evelina told me all about it. Nothing else is in that direction.
What did she say about the place?
Klek. That is the name. When night falls, witches gather on that hill. They sing and dance in front of 3 white fingers. Mother says they once belonged to an evil giant.
Who belonged? The fingers or the witches?
Fingers! Witches come to Klek to call the demons from the mountain. They make and eat babies together.
What kind of
Oh.
woman tells stories like this to a child? You saw the moon ghouls?
More than once.
And they did nothing to you?
They could not. Dr. Hatur was taking them away with the boat.
Are they man or beast?
Both. Their whole body is yellow. They don't have faces. Their faces are shadows.
Isn't it dangerous to be out at this hour of night?
Day, night, it's all the same to me. The only thing that matters is to finally find my mother and father.
Where are they?
In the lake. Hiding from me.
Who told you that?
Evelina.
And now you are here fishing for your parents?
Yes. but they don't love my skin. Or maybe they can't smell it in the water of the lake. I don't know.
I have to go now.
What are you going to do?
Who could help me get to Kleck?
You need a boat. You can't walk there. It is too far away. And you can't swim. Harley is home to my mother and father. They would be angry if you did.
So, where can I find a boat?
On my way here, I always pass by the old man. He has a boat. Arsen is his name. Just walk into the woods left of the lodge. His house is on a small island.
Take care, little one.
Take care, little priest. And if you see my mother and father, please tell them I'm waiting here.
Okay, interesting.
Which path should I take? An old boat. It's covered with a tarp.
Oh. We can apparently go over here.
This drawing reminds me of an ichthys, a secret symbol of early Christians.
Oh.
I see pentagrams and the letters V, M, I, and K. These are witch marks, carvings created to ward off evil spirits from the house. Arsen?
Who is it?
It's Benedict, sir. Sorry to disturb you, but I've been told you could help me.
Who told you that?
A boy named Anton?
What do you want?
I need to get to the other side of the lake. It's important.
You can walk or swim.
How long would it take me to get to Kleck on foot?
Kleck? Probably a day.
The lake doesn't look inviting to dip in, and it's cold.
Didn't you just say it's important? If it is, you can do it. Why would you want to visit that damned locality?
A man I'm trying to find could be there.
You strangers, why even come to this town?
It wasn't my choice.
Either way, you are a captive now. We are all captives of this place. Imprisoned souls waiting for our savior.
Sir, with all due respect, this town needs a legion of exorcists to be saved.
It needs just one soul with pure faith. One man, one soul to free us all.
Is that boat over there yours?
What are you, Benedict?
What do you mean?
I don't know you. You don't live here. Who are you?
I am Benedict Dohnani. I serve God.
You are a priest.
A monk from Budapest.
Good. We shall continue this conversation then.
What did last night's effigy symbolize?
You were there?
Unfortunately.
I never do. I don't like crowded places. But I could see the fire from here, and it was beautiful. We torch it every year on the day of our patron saint, Ivan Kotar. The giant symbolizes a member of the Saboran tribe.
Yesterday was October 28th. What happened on that day?
The day Ivan Kotar was murdered.
Murdered?
Yes, we celebrate, nay, glorify the final moment of Kotar's long sacrifice for our ancestors, and thus, for us.
Who murdered him?
Decapitated by Vatican emissaries.
For what reason?
Accused of allying himself with the darkness from the mountain. It was such a horrible decision. Poor man gave his life for this town and its inhabitants, only to end up locked in his room and ultimately slain like an animal.
The more I hear about this town and its mysteries, I just can't believe it. What places do you recommend I visit while in town?
You don't get to explore this place. If it doesn't devour you first, then only by the grace of God did you escape its swallow. We are surrounded by carcassa in every direction. The Udav Mountain above us, and the Henna River and Lake Holly lay dead below. No animals live in this valley, except for the damned crows. Nothing grows or breathes inside these waters. We see death everywhere.
People still live here. It amazes me.
This is a valley of righteous men and women. We may be scared, with one foot in our graves, but we never lose faith, and we never succumb to darkness. A day will come when the light will win.
What do you know about the moon ghouls?
They are everywhere. In the water, in the town, and the forest. On the mountain, and in the mala.
Mala? What is that?
It's what you strangers call fog. Hell, even some Qatarians call it that because they don't know, or don't want to accept the truth.
The moon ghouls are in the fog?
Mala is not what it seems to be. It is not fog. You feel any humidity? Have you noticed the ground?
It is completely dry.
Because Mala is not a mass of water particles.
What is Mala then?
The remains of dead Saborans, or as many prefer to call them, moon ghouls. They think if they don't pronounce the tribe's true name that they will be safe, which is nothing but a fallacy.
Like I said and thought 100 times before, this place is doomed.
We just need one man, a savior. Someone like our Ivan Kotar from the past.
Have you seen a female stranger lately?
No.
No? Without even giving it a thought first?
No one visits me except Ida, the souvenir shopkeeper. I am sure I saw no female strangers in years.
What?
Trying to stay alive for as long as possible.
I mean, what do you do for a living?
I sell fish.
That old camper across the bridge is yours?
Yes, it was home to my parents before they settled in Sveti Kotar. They were...
wanderers?
I wanted to save fools. I loved them, but for God's sake, why choose this town to start a family?
We don't get to pick our parents, and yet whatever they do, we never stop loving them.
Maybe it's not love. Maybe we are cursed the moment we are born.
You fish in the lake?
I never did. The waters are dead. Nothing grows or lives in them. Fish are sent to me every once in a while from other regions in Croatia. I have friends, mostly in Istria.
Did you know Yakov Prenger?
He was our priest and a good friend of mine.
I heard he disappeared.
On a full moon night, like many others in the past.
And that's it? No one knows what happened to him?
I'm afraid all we can do is pray for his soul.
About the boat.
You can't have it.
Oh, I didn't mean...
I've never used one. I thought that maybe you could go with me.
No! The boat is occupied and no one can use it. And even if it wasn't, I am too old and too weak to board it.
Occupied by what?
You have my permission to uncover the top.
Why don't you just tell me?
It's better if you see it with your own eyes.
Do you know anyone else who could lend me a boat?
No one goes to the lake. There are no other boats.
That's a lie. What about the boat at the lodge?
You don't want to find yourself on that one. It belongs to the asylum. I'm the only one with a boat. No other inhabitant has one. Why would they? There's nothing here, and it's dangerous.
Excuse me.
Okay, so what is under the tarp?
Oh my god.
Oh, that must be his parents.
2 bodies. 2 children. Long dead. Why the priest's robe and nun's habit? 2 bodies. Why the priest's robe? I've never seen a wood so dark in color as this one. It's almost like coal.
Can we talk to him again about that?
It's me again. You keep the corpses of 2 children in your boat?
My father and mother were small people. Midgets, as some would say.
What are they doing in there?
Laying peacefully in their temporary grave.
A temporary grave?
They were recently exhumed, and I had to take care of them.
I don't understand. Who exhumed them?
Henry, the priest of Sveti Kotar. He banished me from the church, and so my parents had to move out from the town's graveyard.
That's fucked up.
The soil outside the church walls is tainted. The boat was the safest place.
They were clergy?
No. I dressed them as such to protect their bodies. The moon ghouls eat flesh, and they don't care if it's warm or cold.
Why the massive cross on top?
To protect them from the moon ghouls. Faith is the only thing that wards them off. But not for long.
Was it torched? The wood is very dark.
I made it from the trees that grow behind my house. I would never torch a cross.
What sin have you committed to have been banished?
Son, we are all original sinners, waiting for redemption.
We are, but you did something to deserve it.
God knows that is not the truth. Listen. Talk to Henry. Reason with him. He must unban me.
Why would I do that?
Because you need the boat. If Henry accepts, I could move my parents back into their grave and the boat would be free again.
It's an opportunity to fulfill Father Imre's wish as well. Where can I find his church?
The Church of Ivan Kotar. Go back through the square, find the police station, then follow the alley to your right. Just be sure not to stray into Kuga. Wicked, evil people wander the former school district. They have no soul and have lost all faith.
You have no intention of telling me what you did?
I don't know. One day, he just said we are not welcome anymore. You have to ask him.
I'll see what I can do.
He's not an easy man to talk to, but maybe he'll be more reasonable with you, monk.
Excuse me.
Interesting. Time is up. We'll just go for just a little bit longer and then I'll call it a day. This is like an 11-hour game, so it's... We're not going to finish it in one sitting.
Wall of Crosses, the entrance to Carcassa Forest. It was placed here for a reason. The wall prevents evil from getting out, and forewarns us not to step inside.
I'm sure we're gonna have to come back here. So we're not gonna do this yet, because I'm sure we'll have to come back here. Oh, that leads us that way. We don't have a map, so I'm like, oh, I bet we could have looked around her thing. I wonder if she had a map. I feel like we're looking for the church. See, no, that takes us out here. I'm very confused. Very confused where it takes us. Let's go back here.
It evokes a repulsive feeling, and I guess that is its purpose, but I'm not sure it's something God would approve of, no matter the cause.
That's funny you'd say that.
Suvenirnica Lavenjak. Ah, the drawing makes perfect sense. Lav in Croatian should mean lion.
Dukes.
Tiny chairs of torture and bells. I must say they are faithfully recreated to the smallest detail. They look so awkward and unnatural, as if made by someone who never saw them living. Statues and death masks of Ivan Kotar, and some small-sized replicas of the torture wheel. Weird executioner masks. They genuinely look old. A strange, tiny-sized tree with red leaves growing out of a head vase makes it even stranger, if not morbid. Madam?
Do I look like a madam to you?
Well...
You're going to make me blush, sir. Welcome to my little hut. My name's Ida. Ida Lavnik.
I already know your name.
How? Do I know you?
Not really, but you know my sister. I was with her last night.
Oh, yes, I remember now. The shy and anxious older brother, Benedict. Or should I say, monk Benedict.
She said that?
No, sir. It's just the way you looked. Why didn't you come closer when we called you?
Her eyes focused somewhere behind me, with a weary and terrified gaze.
It's alright. You don't have to answer. Where's Victoria?
She disappeared.
Oh no, not her, not again. I hope she's not another victim of the moon.
Last night, did she come back after we left the square?
There were a lot of people here long after that, and I was preparing to close, so I really couldn't say.
Have you seen her today?
No, I don't think so. What's going on?
She was seen pushing a man from the castle's roof last night.
I heard about that accident this morning. She did that. She really pushed that man.
Eyewitnesses saw her.
Liars. Who are these people?
Does it really matter?
I don't know what to say except that Victoria is a good person. She looks so gentle and vulnerable. Like a butterfly. How can I help?
I don't know. Maybe you can't. Maybe only God can do something. Not even God. She's lost forever. You've heard about the mayor.
Heard what?
They found his body in the forest.
What? Who told you that?
The police forced me to see it. The body was hanged from the belfry of the Church of Mary. Mutilated, disemboweled, and half-eaten by the crows.
Those animals. I'm sorry you had to see that. Poor mayor. I'll light up a candle for him today.
What can you tell me about Nedman?
Never seen him, but have heard and retold many stories about him. What do you want to know?
It's a small town. How come you've never seen him?
Because he's one of those who lives under the moonlight, while the rest of us do our best to keep away from it.
A moon ghoul?
The worst of them all.
What book are you reading?
The Divine Comedy. I needed something to cheer me up.
So where's Dante now?
Who?
Dante, the hero of the book? In what part of the book are you now?
Oh yes, how silly of me. He's in a dark forest and there are beasts he cannot evade. I think they symbolize something else.
Sins. The beasts represent the self-indulgent, the violent, and the malicious.
Oh, that's interesting. You know, the book intrigued me because the descriptions of where he is in the beginning reminded me of this valley. Does that make sense to you? I told this to my father and he scolded me right away.
You are quite right, madam.
Now all we need is our Virgil to rescue us.
Where should I look for Victoria? She won't come out in the open. It would be too risky.
Well, if I were you, I'd start my search in the forest.
In Carcassa?
Udav Mountain could be a good place to start too, but I've never been there, so I can't give guidance.
Carcassa and Udav are forbidden places, aren't they?
I don't believe what they say about them. The forest is a beautiful place. The tall trees, Pepel, the river spring, and the silence. Listen. Search the forest. Make sure not to get caught while entering, and keep your eyes open once inside. You'll be fine.
Who decided to forbid these places?
Ironically, the same man that was found dead in the heart of the forest. Mayor Ranko Merce.
You think his death had something to do with the decision?
No, I don't know. The proof of fate is a decree that he put in place soon after taking control of the town. It's a decree that compels people to stay away from the places on the list and to report suspicious activities and misbehavior.
Such as?
Blasphemous and heretical talk, to name a few. But the decree's main objective is to find and execute those against or unfaithful to God.
She sounds like she doesn't approve of this.
I guess it's a good thing. I don't know.
You don't adhere to the law.
Not in this case, at least not entirely. You know. And please don't say this to anyone, or you'll have me tortured and killed, all right?
Go on. I promise.
Carcassa has been like my second home in the last few years. I can't get enough of its silence. I know what you are going to say. It's dangerous, dark, and forbidden. But listen to me. Sometimes it gets dangerous, true. And the mayor's death proves it. But isn't that normal? It's life. It's people.
It's life. Everything here feels rotten and reeks of death.
Don't say that. And don't talk to others this way. If we stop dreaming and lose hope, what do we have left?
She's got a good point.
Look, I don't know if you should go into the forest. I don't want to get you in trouble or killed. I have no idea where you should look, really. I'm sorry. Oh, wait, I have something here. It might not tell you where to go, but at least give you some orientation.
Oh, a map.
Of the town and its surroundings. How does that sound?
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, because I'm lost.
Glad I could do something. Just be careful.
How come you weren't dressed as a priest last night?
That question.
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry, nothing against you. But it's the same annoying question that keeps coming back at me, like a bat flapping in circles year after year. I see October 28th on the calendar, and I know what's coming to bite me.
So what's the reason?
I tell everyone I can't wear it because I have to work. But the truth is, I don't believe it will make a difference if I did. In general, the ritual doesn't make a difference.
Why does everyone else wear it?
Because the inhabitants believe we are all disciples of Ivan Kotar, and so we have to dress like them on the day. Not just in the evening when the effigy is set on fire, but all the time, from dawn to dusk.
But what is the reasoning behind it? The dress is just a terrifying shadow of what a priest's robe should look like.
There's a belief that wearing it scares off demons, witches, and other evil spirits. I guess the darker it looks, the scarier it is. I don't know.
The effigy turned into ash last night. What does it represent?
A demon slave of the moon god. The effigy ritual marks the end of the day of Ivan Kotar. People gather on the square, they pray and chant as one voice. Which sounds beautiful. It's the best part. No, it's the only part of the day I love.
I thought the exact opposite. It was a disturbing scene, and I felt true, primal fear.
Then the mayor comes out and everyone stops, and when the last words leave his mouth, the effigy is finally set on fire.
Has anyone been hurt over the years? The fire spreads very quickly, a wide and massive whirl as if ignited from the darkest of places.
No, not that I recall of. Why? Oh, you mean because this stands so close to the figure?
Yes, and because it could come down at any moment. It's so tall, the nearby buildings could be hit.
Nothing to worry about. God is protecting them. Or at least it's what they believe. Oh, and those who are tasked with creating the effigy are given a free pass into the forest. Can you guess why?
No.
You haven't even tried to guess. Because it's made of black wood, plant roots, and undergrowth from Carcassa. Slaves of the moon god supposedly live or dwell as spirits if they are dead inside the forest, and so, you know, some of the townsfolk even swear to hear the wailing of demons the whole night after the fire. I don't know.
You knew Yakov Prenger?
Our former priest. I knew who he was, but I never really had a chance to speak to him. Why?
I heard he went missing.
Many people still go missing, vanishing without trace as if they never existed. I heard this about Yakov too. Sorry I couldn't tell you more, but I really don't know anything else.
Do you know anyone who could lend me a boat?
There's only one man with a boat in this town, and his name is Arsen.
Are you completely sure? lake is huge. There should be more of them.
It's arson or nothing. What do you need a boat for?
I need it to get to Kleck.
Beware, Kleck is on the list of forbidden places. You think Victoria is there?
Could be.
Then I wish you luck. Try talking to Arson. I think he'll help you. Swimming or going on foot would be suicide.
Your last name is Lovniak, right?
Not a hard guess. It's on the sign.
Melita is your mother?
She is... was. Why?
What happened to her?
We don't know. She just disappeared. Exactly 5 years ago yesterday.
Did she die or just go missing?
I remember it as if it were yesterday. We went to the church, prayed, wore the disciple dresses, scared some kids. So much fun and joy. A long time ago she came up with this crazy thought. When I grow up, we will have a day only for us. Just the two of us, without father. And so, over the years, it became a tradition. Father was so jealous, but happy. We were all happy. Anyway, tired and feeling sick, I chose to go home that day, right before the effigy ritual.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked.
It's all right. On my way out of here, I turned around and she looked at me with those beautiful green eyes, and I remember seeing them change color. Her neck bent awkwardly, both eyeballs instantly became blood red, and I heard her screaming even if her mouth didn't open. We don't know what exactly happened to her, but since it was a full moon night, we just knew.
Forgive me, but... You didn't ask around if anyone saw something?
Father did, and the only information he managed to get after all these years is that she was last seen entering the Carcassa forest, alone.
So she wasn't actually taken away?
Of course she was. I don't believe what the police said. Why would she go into the forest on her own? She was terrified of it. It just doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense anymore.
Something is off here. Are you sure her eyes changed color?
Absolutely. Why?
You said they were blood red, right?
Correct.
The same color as the leaves on this tiny tree you have.
So?
Maybe in the moment you saw the blood red color of the leaves, your mind just thought it was her eyes.
No, Benedict. Her neck bent and her eyes turned blood red, and I heard her scream.
Memories can be deceitful.
I planted this tree after she went missing, because the color of its leaves reminded me of that day.
Okay,
It
fine.
reminds me of her.
Rude.
And my guilt.
I
Look,
sent
it's the vase.
a picture of
That's
you to
her.
Kendra.
That's my mother's face. I recreated her entire head.
Surely a morbid way to remember a loved one. Excuse me.
Sure.
Okay, so now we actually, oops, actually know where we're going. So we're going to go ahead and save. We'll end here for today because I need to go make dinner and I need to go to the bathroom again, surprisingly. Wasn't that long ago that I went to the bathroom. So yeah, let's see who's streaming right now. We're gonna stick this through because I'm curious enough going on right now, if that makes sense. I'm curious on what's going on. I'm sold on the sense that I'm not sure. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? We got Let's go see Cass. Cass is playing Once Human. Oh, we also have. I haven't rated Cass in a hot minute, so we're gonna go over Cass. See if she's having fun playing this. I would love to play Once Human. I'm sure I'd actually really enjoy playing that, to be honest. Maybe in future when I have a working computer, that will be something we do. I have a lot of plans for when I get a working computer, so anyways, I'll be back tomorrow. I have to work, so it'll be in the afternoon, but we'll be back with Stardew Valley tomorrow. All right, I'll see you guys over there. Bye.